god, where do I even start? Oh my god, okay. So, yeah, I know it's Friday, it's not Saturday, but yeah, I haven't been active, and I made this thing. How do you even start? Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen is just event art, basically about just how I'm feeling the past few months or so. I mean, just to give perspective for those who don't know, or for those that do know, then just ignore this part. I'm going through a period where I'm having a really hard time coping with my first breakup, and most of the stuff that you see on the screen, on the bubbles, whatever, are things that I'm being told from a couple of friends. Some have been really supportive and they understand, and then they're trying to help me cope through the whole thing, even though sometimes it doesn't work, or like they can relate and then they can somehow help me, like just have a little bit of moments where I can just feel okay about myself. But on some other friends, they just either they can't relate, or they try to say something, but it really doesn't work. So I just feel broken, really, and it's hard trying to live every day like this, because I'm having a really hard time accepting that everything's over, that I can't do anything about it. And with Valentine's coming up, I just I'm not well, to say the least. I know that on Valentine's Day, like social media gets filled with like pink stuff and like, oh, I love you, and you know, couples sending each other messages and pictures, and there's probably gonna be people posting pictures with them and their significant other kissing or doing some kind of PDA or whatever. And a couple of days ago, I posted a status on my Facebook saying to all my friends to just not post it, or if they do post something like that, that they hide it from me, because it hurts seeing that kind of thing, especially now. Um, and I'm trying to take care of myself, and it's hard because I have to put up a front when I go to class, because I'm in college. I'm in the second semester of college, and this semester is demanding a lot more of me in terms of workload, but it's manageable as long as I can focus, which sometimes it's hard because there are days that I can't, I just don't eat, or I don't get out of bed, or I do, but I have to put up a front because I can't tell my parents, hey, I'm going through a breakup, because I kept it secret from them, because they found out I was dating online in 8th grade, and they grounded me for 6 months, because the first thing that parents think and family members think is, oh, you're dating a pedophile, whatever. They're just trying to get you and do something weird to you, which it wasn't the case. But to them, the whole thing with this person ended in 8th grade, and I've kept it really low key throughout this 5 years or so since then, and I can't really come clean to them. And I know that they worry, but I can't bring myself to tell them I'm going through a breakup and this is my very first breakup, because they didn't even knew that I was dating in the first place. So I broke down yesterday. I we got home from class, and my brother went to work, whatever, and I passed out for a couple of hours. Well, I tried sleeping for a couple of hours, and when I woke up, I started crying, and my mom came in, and because she comes back from work, and I'm crying. I mean, I'm not bawling out, but I wanted to, but I couldn't because she was like literally right next door. She comes into my room because she needed something from me, and I'm there sort of like crying, but I'm not bawling out. I'm calmly crying, if that even makes sense, if that's a thing. And she's asking me, "Hey, what's wrong? What happened? Why are you crying?" And I'm just telling her oh, I had a bad dream and I'm crying. I don't remember, but I cried for a couple of hours when I'm chatting with a friend, and she was helping me cope and get it together. And I was explaining to her what happened, and I was crying, and both my mom and my dad came in, and they were asking me, "Are you okay? What's wrong? Like, why are you crying?" And I didn't want to talk about it, so I kept avoiding the question. I'm like, "No, it's nothing. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Just give me a couple of hours, whatever." Um, and I only had a meal yesterday. Well, sort of a meal and a half, because I had a protein shake just to kind of have something in my stomach just to get through the day. But I I broke down, and I can't really, and I haven't been able to do any more speed paints except for this one that I just made yesterday. You can see it on the video on the top right corner. I'm filming this at night, because essentially this is how I feel. I feel broken. I'm trying my best to function, but I can't. I'm not functioning well. And I really miss this person, and I can't contact him at all. I mean, I can, but I'm not supposed to. And I'm trying my best to just not contact him, but it's hard because I can't lie to myself, because I know that I still have feelings for this person, but I guess he just won't respond to them. Or I mean, he doesn't say anything about it. He wants to deal with his own sort of problems and stuff. Um, on his side of things, he wants to figure things out on his side and grow as a person, and I'm proud of him for that, because he's going through that process of figuring out how he feels about certain things, or like improve as a person, and that's fine. I'm proud of it. But what hurts the most is that I can't see the process, and it's painful, because I want to be there, but I can't be there, and it's hard to cope, and it's hard to accept that things are over. It's been like this for, oh god, a year, maybe 2 years. We're getting close to 2 years since the breakup, but I can't. I'm not coping well. And a couple of my friends, well, a lot of my friends really, they knew that I was depressed, but very few. I came clean and told them, oh yeah, it's because of a breakup and this happened. It happened on the, oh god, it happened on the eve of senior year, and it's been dealing with this ever since then, and I'm in my second semester of college. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I can't come clean to my family, which is they're the ones that are more concerned about me in some way, shape, or form. And some of my friends I have suggested I go counseling services and whatever, and I've thought about it, but the problem is I don't know how I'm gonna weave that into my schedule, because I'm only in campus 3 days a week, and two of those days I come back home with my brother because we come out of class at the same time. So I'm not. The only day that I could probably do it is on Thursdays, because I have 3 hours to basically do nothing. But I use that Thursday to get the map appointment counseling things with academic services, because it's mandatory for freshmen and sophomore to do it, and to basically get some kind of lunch, because I have 3 hours to do nothing. I have to eat something while away from my brother, so I'm eating, and then I walk to my brother's building so we can go home together. And those moments of just walking from my building to his building, it's like, I don't know, it's a 10-minute walk. Um, it gives me a little bit of mindfulness, I guess, and it's relaxing of sorts. But then again, you have the anxiety of getting run over by when you walk the intersection, because there's some people that are not considerate enough to give a chance for walkers to just across the street. But whatever, that's a different story. Um, and even my counselor for the academic services, she was asking me how am I doing, what am I doing to get to my goals, basically, because I'm 18. I have to learn how to drive, but I'm really scared. So she suggested I go to counseling services to just kind of like figure out what's going on, because I'm so terrified of driving, and my parents get it, but it's my brother who pushes it. So it's I have to tell my parents, hey, this is what the counselor suggested and whatever, because they want to know what's going on in my life. So I'll let them know at the very least that, like, what went down with the counselor, because she wants me to basically figure my situation out, which is get the permit or the license as soon as possible if I can, but go talk to a professional to figure out why am I so scared, or what's making me not want to drive. Basically get that, and then figure out if I can get a job in campus, because I really need the job. I can't have my parents pay for everything that is still like my education. They're paying for my education right now, and I'm so grateful to them, because they're making that big effort to just get me through college, and I appreciate it, because I really want to go to college and get my degree, but it's just the money. It's the money. They're paying everything out of pocket. I'm the one paying for books, and I'm being really cheap about it too. I try to be cheap about it. And once I get that done, like get my resume done, get a couple of internships, because I'm in the middle of college basically. I might graduate in like 2 years, who knows, if I actually do get my shit together, but that means I have less time to get internships, build my resume, so I'm competitive in the job market. So I have to tell my parents, hey, yo, this is what she wants me to do, or this is what she suggested I do. So going to counseling service just to kind of deal with depression, it's something I can't straight up tell my parents, like, hey, I need to talk to a professional because I'm depressed, because then they're going to be nosy about it. And not to point a finger at them, but they're strict and overprotective in that sense. So it's really it's scary for me to come clean to them and tell them, yeah, like I'm going through post breakup depression and I can't deal with it on my own, because then they're going to be like, who is this guy? And my dad's probably gonna like go balls. I don't know. He's probably gonna do something dumb. And right now I'm doing the recording because I'm alone on Fridays. I stay home on Fridays, and I can talk about it openly without anybody like coming into my room or barging in and invading my privacy. And really, once I made this piece, I felt so much better, because I could get out all those emotions that I had trouble putting into words, because I can't straight up tell my friends stop saying that. It hurts, because they wouldn't. I mean, I guess they would understand, but it's not like they mean to hurt me. Like it's a really complicated situation. And because of how I've been feeling the past couple of weeks about it, because I've been feeling broken, that I don't have anybody to turn to, or the ones that I do, most of the time I message them and take forever to basically reply, and that's fine. I get it. They're busy. Sometimes I message at a really late hours of the night, so I get it. They're sleeping, or they're doing something, but they're not, or whatever. But most of my friends, or I guess quote unquote friends, they will say, oh, just forget about him, or like stop talking about it. I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over again, and I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's what it's been on my mind for a couple of months now, and it's hard to cope. And I'm sorry. This is because of how I'm feeling right now. I basically left one of my longest Facebook groups in Messenger, because it's so sickening being in the group when like everybody's so cheery and they're in their own doing their own little thing, or like I say something and they ignore it. It makes me feel so unwanted, like I'm not needed, like I'm not important, and it's painful, because that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me through my depression, or at least cope. And I've been having really negative thoughts about it too, and I mean, there's a lot of things that I could use in the house to just basically do something stupid, but I haven't done so. Not only because I have to put up a front, I have to fake that I'm okay, I have to like do a lot of things. It's a lot more work, rather than just do it and just not care. So I prefer to be really low key about it. I haven't been able to do the videos because it's so hard to cope, and sometimes I don't even want to go to class, but I still go anyway because I have to put up the front to appear that I'm fine. Oh my god. Wow, I've been ranting for 15 minutes. I think I might end it really soon because the video's only like 16 minutes. I'm not even gonna put an end slate to it. I'm just probably gonna like finish talking the rest minute and a half, and I don't even know if I'm gonna post this or not. I probably will, and I'll probably like make a really long explanation, elaborating more on how I'm feeling, what everything is going on in my life right now. I guess thank you for watching if you even watched this all the way through. Um, I guess thank you if you're supporting me in some other way to just listen to what's going on, or if you care to know what's going on. Um, I will try to get better, but I don't know how long it's gonna take me, and I'm sorry if it's depressing, but it needed to be said because I've been gone for like a couple of weeks now from the channel, and I haven't been posting anything on my social media. I've just been kind of really on the shadows. But thank you for listening, and I'm sorry if it sounds really bad and stuff. It's just it's hard for me. But thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day. I hope you appreciate who's in your life, and thank you.